Gifts are lavish, yes, but they are also gestures, gentle nudges toward a life of influence and responsibility, a life that can impact more than just you. Uncovering a hidden purpose. Over time, you begin to piece together the clues as to why the billionaire has chosen you. The truth begins to surface. There is a secret project, a hidden mission that requires someone with unique skills or qualities like yours. You were chosen because of the times you have acted selflessly. This billionaire has noticed things about you that you had not appreciated before. The realization is like a gentle wave that slowly takes over your entire understanding of the situation. The billionaire did not choose you on a whim, nor is it just luck or some trivial curiosity. No, there is something deeper at play here. You realize that you have been recruited. It wasn't just about filling a role or being in the right place at the right time. There is a hidden project, a delicate or complex mission that requires exactly the qualities you possess. Perhaps it is your unwavering integrity, the moral compass that has not wavered even when doing so could have benefited you. Or perhaps it's your ability to think creatively, to see angles and possibilities that others can't see. This hidden mission becomes the driving force, and as the pieces fall into place, you realize its enormity. The billionaire has organized this recruitment with incredible care, choosing a person not for his resume or connections, but for qualities that can't be measured in simple terms. This project could be something that could change lives, perhaps even reshape the world in subtle but meaningful ways. And he's decided that you're the person who can bring it to life, who can keep its integrity intact while living in this complex world. You begin to feel a mix of excitement and responsibility. There's a thrill in the mystery of it all, but a growing sense of duty as well. You've been brought in not as a follower, but as an equal, someone whose role is crucial to the success of this endeavor. The weight of the mission looms over you, yes, but there's also a sense of possibility, a belief that maybe, just maybe, you were preparing for this without even knowing it. It's not just about completing a job or meeting an expectation. It's a calling, one that was waiting for someone like you. And so, the journey begins with renewed purpose. Now every step you take feels filled with meaning, each challenge a test of the qualities that caught his attention in the first place. You're not just part of the billionaire's team, you're part of something bigger than you, bigger than both of you, a purpose that feels both mysterious and incredibly real. And now that you see it for what it is, there's no turning back. The dark side of fame and influence. At first, being in the spotlight feels like a dream. You're suddenly surrounded by admiration, and everything you say seems to carry weight, capturing attention in ways you never imagined. But slowly, the thrill begins to lose its shine. Fame comes with a gravity all its own, and you realize you're not just in the public eye, you're under scrutiny. For every person who admires you, there's another who questions you. Rumors start to swirl, some wild and completely untrue, others closer to the truth, but distorted beyond recognition. You're amazed at how quickly people can decide they know everything about you without really knowing you at all. At first, it's easy to brush off the negative comments and whispers. You tell yourself that this is just part of the journey, that no one who's done something remarkable has ever avoided criticism. But over time, the sheer volume of it begins to take a toll. People start questioning your intentions, wondering if you're doing this for the right reasons, or if you've simply sold out to get to where you are. People you've never met, strangers from afar, seem convinced they know your motives better than you do. Friends and family members also begin to question you, not out of malice, but because they too hear the rumors, the doubts, the endless speculations about your character and intentions. The pressure grows, and you feel the weight of each decision more heavily. Even simple choices are scrutinized. Things you used to take for granted, your privacy, your right to make mistakes, now seem like luxuries of the past. It feels as if the world is watching, waiting for you to slip up, ready to pounce on any misstep as proof that the rumors were true. It's not only emotionally draining but also isolating, and it gets harder to know who to trust. Even your own confidence starts to waver as the doubts seep in. You wonder if there's a part of you that's changed, if you've actually become what people accuse you of being. The loneliness of this new reality is something you couldn't have anticipated. There's a constant pull between staying true to yourself and meeting the expectations placed on you. You realize that the fame you once found exciting is also a test of resilience, of how well you can hold on to your own values when everyone seems to have an opinion on who you should be. People who were supportive when you started out may now see you in a different light, their perception altered by the stories they've heard, by the weight of public opinion. It's as if you're trying to stand on shifting ground, constantly adjusting just to stay upright. This journey, as it turns out, isn't just about success or recognition. It's about navigating a world of attention and judgment, finding ways to stay grounded while others project their own fears and insecurities onto you. And as you move forward, you begin to understand that fame is only as meaningful as your ability to withstand it. The challenge isn't to avoid criticism, but to let it refine you, to grow stronger and clearer about who you are, even when the world around you seems intent on defining you by its own standards. This isn't just a glamorous ride, it's a true test of your character, a chance to show who you really are, not just to the world, but to yourself. Revealing the real agenda. After months of thinking and piecing together clues, the moment of truth arrives. There's an air of formality about it, as if something momentous is about to happen. You're taken into a quiet, elegant room, and there sits the billionaire, calm but radiating a certain intensity. They gesture for you to sit down, and suddenly you're face to face, with nothing between you but a sense of purpose hanging in the air. As they begin to speak, there's a gravity to their words, as if every sentence has been carefully weighed. They tell you that the journey you're on, the steps that have brought you here, are all part of something much bigger than you could have ever imagined. They talk about a vision not just for themselves, but for humanity. It's an idea that, if brought to life, could change the way people live, connect, or understand the world around them. Or maybe it's a mission to right a deep-rooted wrong, to bring hope and resources to an overlooked corner of society. Whatever it is, you can sense that this is no ordinary project. It's something really big. You listen, paying attention to every word as they describe the depth of this project, how carefully they've planned it, and how carefully they've chosen the people to bring it to life. And then they pause, look you straight in the eye. They tell you why they chose you. Of all the people they could have brought into this vision, they saw something unique in you. Maybe it was your unwavering integrity, or a moment in your past when you made a difficult decision because it was the right one, not the easy one. Maybe it was the way you showed creativity in the face of obstacles, or a quiet compassion that marks everything you do. Whatever it is, they make it clear. They need you because of who you are, not just what you can do. The responsibility they're asking you to take on is enormous, and it's a heavy weight on your shoulders as they explain what it will involve. There will be sacrifices, challenges, and even personal risks. But as you listen, there's also a spark, a feeling that maybe this is what you were meant to do, the reason for all the struggles and lessons that have shaped you to this moment. The opportunity to make a difference, to be a part of something with the potential to impact the lives of countless people, is placed before you. And as overwhelming as it is, there's also an allure, a calling that feels so obviously right. As the conversation ends, they look at you with a rare openness, as if to say, "This is it. This is your chance." The decision to accept is not one you take lightly. And yet, there's something deep inside of you that knows this is the path you've been waiting for, even if you didn't realize it at first. You walk out of that meeting knowing that your life will never be the same, and with a new purpose that is equally exciting and challenging. Now, it's not just about the billionaire's vision. It's about your own beliefs, your own desire to build something lasting. The journey ahead will likely be difficult, filled with moments where you'll need to rely on everything you've learned and everything you've stood for. But as you walk out, you're filled with a strange peace, a sense that you're exactly where you need to be, facing a challenge that's as great as the opportunity. And with that, you set out on this new path, ready to make your mark on the world in ways you never dreamed possible. Taking on the mission, challenges and doubts. Stepping into this role feels both exhilarating and daunting. You've been handed a mission of enormous scope, a chance to make a difference that few people ever receive. But as you take those first steps, it becomes clear that this path is anything but easy. The initial thrill fades as you encounter roadblocks, technical challenges that seem insurmountable, resistance from people who don't understand or support your mission, and logistical problems that require more resources and time than you initially imagined. Every day brings new difficulties, and each one seems to test your resolve, asking you again and again if you're truly committed to this journey. The billionaire, who once seemed somewhat distant, steps forward now as a mentor. They don't hold your hand or make things easy. In fact, they set high expectations and push you harder than you thought possible. There's a certain toughness in their guidance, a clarity that comes from experience and knowing exactly what it takes to achieve something of this scale. They share stories of their own struggles, recounting moments of failure that ultimately shaped them. Through these conversations, you come to see that greatness isn't a straight line. It's messy, full of false starts and setbacks. But even knowing this doesn't ease the weight of your own journey. Some days are especially rough. You feel like an imposter, like you're carrying a responsibility too big for your shoulders. There are moments when you wonder if you're actually the right person for this mission, or if someone else could do it better. Self-doubt creeps in during these times, whispering that you're not capable, that the billionaire made a mistake in choosing you. It's hard to silence these doubts, and sometimes they keep you up at night. The enormity of the mission is overwhelming, and on days when everything seems to go wrong, you find yourself questioning why you even agreed to this in the first place. But each time you hit a low point, you somehow find the strength to push forward. Maybe it's the memory of that first meeting with the billionaire, the look in their eyes when they spoke of the vision, or the quiet confidence they showed in you. Perhaps it's the people who are counting on the success of this mission, the lives that could be changed by its outcome. Or maybe it's simply a fire within you, a belief that you can't give up now, not after coming this far, not after seeing how much potential this mission holds. With each hurdle you overcome, you feel yourself growing. The challenges that once seemed overwhelming now feel like necessary steps in the process, each one teaching you something new about yourself. You become more resilient, learning how to problem solve in ways you never had to before. The skills you're gaining, the endurance you're building, they make you stronger, more capable. You begin to understand why the billionaire chose you, why they saw potential in you even when you couldn't see it yourself. They weren't looking for someone who already had all the answers. They wanted someone who could grow, adapt, and learn along the way. As the journey continues, you start to feel a sense of pride, a quiet confidence that maybe you are the right person for this. Each small victory, each lesson learned, brings you closer to that version of yourself that the billionaire believed you could become.